Hello, friends. Just wanted to let you know that episode 10 of Cool Story with David J. MacNeil comes out this week. This episode is about coming to a proverbial fork in the road. For millions of people around the world, the quietness of this pandemic lockdown has given many a moment of much-needed clarity. So many people are asking themselves if they are living their best lives right now, and whether this pandemic might be a good time for a restart. This week's story is about a young man Belinda and I met several years ago in South Africa. Richard de Gouveia was our game ranger for several days as we toured Kruger National Park. We spent our days together in the bush tracking the Big Five, and our nights together dining and sharing stories by the campfire. It was during one of these evenings spent bonding that Richard shared with us the story of the catastrophic loss that he was dealt that would make him rethink everything about who he was and how he wanted to live the rest of his life. That difficult journey began for Richard on Boxing Day 2004, when a family friend called to see if he had seen the news about a massive tsunami that had overwhelmed much of Southeast Asia, including the Thai resorts nestled in the Phi Phi Islands, where Richard's parents were vacationing.
And as soon as I turned on the TV and I saw this, I had this knowledge that it was already, that there wasn't much hope, but you cling to what you can.
Yes.
And then it became this backwards and forwards. How are we going to get there? Who's going to do it? How do you look for the body? You're talking, there were hundreds of thousands of people that died in that event. So how do you balance that whole system out? I was adamant. I was ready to climb on the plane and go look for them. That I was 22 years old and full of beans and obviously full of testosterone and ego and ready to go fight to find them. But in my heart, I also knew that this was a pretty futile thing. Even if they were alive, for them to be able to get in touch with us was near impossible because all communications had been wiped out. All of this had started to roll out, and my uncles then stepped up and said, no, we're definitely going to be, we want to go. And I said, I want to go. And they said, no, it will change you. You are not ready for something like this. You are going to stay here and we're making that decision for you. Mm-hmm. And I think somewhere in my heart, I knew they were making the right decision for me.
The journey that began that Boxing Day morning in 2004 would be the ultimate test for the young man of 22. Test Richard admits he was not so sure he would be able to survive. But he did. And it began with mapping out on a sheet of white paper exactly what he wanted his new life to look like. To hear more about Richard's blueprint and where it has led him, check out episode 10 of Cool Story with David J. MacNeil.